clothes, all that stuff. I'm excited. You know, I have the distinct pleasure and the privilege of being in this position, and I'm now celebrating. We were just talking about this a little bit before the show started. I have been a part of the 40th, the 50th, and now the 60th Olympia, which is pretty cool because when you think about it, it sounds like a lot longer than it is. But in 20 years' time, the changes that we've seen over the years, I'm reminded of the good old days when Joe Weider was still around and still part of the Olympia and what goes on, as involved as with the planning. I remember going to the Weider offices in Woodland Hills, California, fresh off a victory at the USA, and I always wanted to meet Joe Weider. And for any of us here, and a lot of people here have been in this position, where you go to Woodland Hills and you go to the Weider building, and it looks like something Joe Weider would be in. There was pillars and iconic Greek statues, paintings, big giant oil paintings of some of the best superstars that we've ever seen in the sport. Lou Ferrigno, Lee Haney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Franco Columbu, and on and on. And then you go in there and you go up to the second floor and you walk into Joe Weider's office, and you want to talk about an iconic moment. You can't help but get emotional when you talk about walking in and there's Joe Weider at the end of the table. And he's got one of those, his table was as long as this table down here in the front. It looked like something Joe Weider would have with statues and different things and magazines piled up all over the place. And I'll never forget him saying, sit down, with his, I can't do a Joe Weider accent of all accents, and it was so iconic that I was sitting here in front of the Master Blaster. This was Joe Weider. This is the guy who started it all back in the 30s with him and Ben. For anybody that saw the movie Bigger that was produced a few years ago, this encapsulated it all. It actually showed the story of how Joe and Ben started the IFBB, started the magazines, and started where what would become today. AMI in there for some years, and now we're here, of course, with Jake Wood as the owner. How about a big hand for Jake Wood, your owner of the Olympia, folks? Jake, congratulations. What a great event and what a great start to our weekend. I think everybody's going to be very impressed with what the team at the Olympia HQ has put together this year as we celebrate 60 years in attendance. I want to thank everybody from around the world that's tuning in here today. And without further ado, folks, I'd like to also introduce up to the stage my good friend, your president of the Olympia, Mr. Dan Solomon. Very nice, sir. Did you make that yourself, Dan? That was...
So, for the first time in 10 years, we decided to take the iconic Sandow statue, the award that's given to the #1 bodybuilder on the planet. And if you've ever held one of these, you know this is a substantial piece of artwork. And of course, the names on the bottom are the 18 men who have been crowned Mr. Olympia since 1965. And this event started, Bob, and it's an incredible thing. You talk about the history, and each of the names on the trophy are a time in our sport. And of course, I even see the name of a gentleman who's seated right over there. He won this thing 8 times. Ronnie Coleman is with us. And I
got to do it. Yeah, buddy!
Yep. But it's really, it's something. So at the 50th Olympia, we decided to dip this thing in 24 karat gold. And Phil Heath is at home, and he has the only gold Sandow trophy that has ever been won here at the Olympia. And this year at the 60th, we decided to do it again, much to the chagrin of Phil, who was very proud of the fact that he was the only owner of a gold-dipped Sandow trophy. But
Phil will always remain the only Olympian to have 3 different Sandows. He's got the original, he's got the supersized version, and then he's got the gold version from the 50th. So Phil's doing pretty good still, also getting an achievement award this year from Dr. Bob.
Sure. There's just a lot of big things happening this year, but we're doing it all here at our new home in Resorts World, and I want to talk about that for just a moment. You've heard us promote Resorts World over the past year. Ever since we left Orlando 11 months ago, it has been full speed ahead, all sights set on Las Vegas, our return to the Strip, in our new home here at Resorts World. And as I'm sure you guys have seen, for those of you guys who have been in town for a couple days or have been following along on social media, you have seen the way this new home has really stepped up in a really big way and has created an environment and experience for you all, for fans, for sponsors, for exhibitors, and for those who are competing for the sport's most coveted title and a couple $1 million along the way. It's a really big opportunity for us to celebrate this sport for the world, and Resorts World, Bob, has been a tremendous, tremendous partner.
It sure has, and we're happy to be here. Dan, we saw the trailer. Can't wait to see this movie coming out. Appropriately titled. I thought that was a nice extension of the bigger movie that came out just 2 years ago. You were an integral part of.
So we decided that because the sport of bodybuilding, the Olympia, has really become more than just an event, right? You all are here for a few days. Champions will be crowned. We're going to put on a next level expo across the street at the Las Vegas Convention Center. That opens tomorrow morning. But it goes well beyond that. The Olympia is really a global passion. It is a pursuit of excellence. The Olympia has very much become a symbol of achievement in the world of fitness, physique, bodybuilding, and all the things that we all love. And we decided to make a movie on it, really to focus on what's happening around the world, the way the world has embraced our sport, has embraced this lifestyle, and has embraced this crusade that we all share together. So the film will be released next year. I mention this to you, though, because as you're going about your weekend, understand that you'll see crews around, and there's a good chance that you all might land in a movie. So keep that in mind as you're going about your business, and enjoy the fact that, as Bob said, you are not at just an Olympia. You are at the 60th Olympia, and it's the backdrop for a really, really important film, and we're really proud of it.
Well, without further ado, we've got lots of superstars in attendance, Dan, the entire weekend long. You're going to see champions from over a 60-year period at the expo, at the competition itself. Of course, it's the Friday and the Saturday night finals.
Before I jump off, I just want to say this. We have a staff that works real hard, and it's really personal, to be honest with you, what we go through over the course of the year. It is an intense process. The number of things that we have to account for, it's impossible for me to even articulate what we endure to put this on. We realize this event means so much to all of you, and we have a responsibility that comes with that. And it starts here at the press conference, where we have record seating and standing room only in a room that has 1,500 chairs, and there's not even enough to hold all of you, and it's just for a press conference to start the weekend. And when you get to the expo, you will see more exhibitor booths than we have had in over a decade. You will see the new Olympia Combat Zone, of course, at our new venue. But all this happens because of the work of an incredible team that we have. And I want to single out one person in particular, because as we go through this, a lot of this bleeds into our personal life. And I'm so fortunate to get to work with a vice president. Her name is Angelica Nebbia, and I just want to talk about her for a second. Good. And she's probably going to kill me for doing this, but I want to be honest with you guys. We go through it, we really do. And a few weeks ago, Angelica, her father, lost a long-time battle with Parkinson's. And it was a lot. It was a lot for me to watch her go through that. And we have all, at different points over the course of this process, we've really had to deal with things in our lives, personally, professionally, and we don't have the luxury to stop. We have to keep going, because this is what we do, and we're proud to do it. And I just want you, Angelica, to know that I know how proud your father would be to see you reach the top of your field. And along those lines, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that our company is owned by someone in Jake who empowers women, dynamic, smart, powerful women, and puts women in jobs to really have a huge impact on our industry. And Angelica, I know you're just a part of that, and there's some incredible women that work for this company and also around the industry. And Jake has really done his part to make sure those opportunities are there, and it makes my job so much easier. It makes me look good, it makes Jake look good to have each of you working for this company, and we're so grateful to you. And on behalf of all of us here at the Olympia, welcome to the Olympia, and enjoy a very special weekend. Thank you very much.
Give it up for your Olympia president, Dan Solomon. All right, folks, so we've got a lot to get to. As all I do is travel throughout the year to various countries and around the world, representing the sport, representing the IFBB Pro League, and doing what we do here at the Olympia. I have just fan upon fan that comes up, and they all want to know the same thing. They want to hear and new. They want to hear and still. They want to hear Hadi Chupan. They want to hear Derek Lunsford's name. I get requests month after month after month from all the athletes, and that's how much it means to them to get to this Olympia and hear those famous words that's going to come out. And we're going to see, I think we're going to see a very diverse collection this year of champs that return, champs that defend, new champions to be crowned, and it's all going to unfold right here in this stage. The only question I have left for the fans here is, are you ready? Really? We're in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Resorts World. This is the 60th Olympia. Come on, folks, you got to do better than that. We got a whole bunch of athletes back here who've dedicated their lives all year long to coming on this stage right here for this Olympia. I ask you once again, are you ready? All right, Sid, get me some athletes onto the stage. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our celebrity panel of industry insiders. First, a former IFBB Pro bodybuilder and the host of the Real Bodybuilding Podcast. Please welcome Fuad Abiad. One of the greatest of all time, and certainly the most opinionated member of the bodybuilding media. Please welcome Sugar Sean Ray. A longtime bodybuilding journalist, now a writer at Muscle and Fitness. Please welcome Sean Romano. An Olympia legend and the host of the Menace podcast. Please welcome Dennis the Menace James. Programming director and the host of Olympia TV. Please welcome Tara Agundi. And finally, 8-time Miss Olympia, one of the greatest of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Linda Murray. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the very best IFBB Pro League women in the world. First up, in our bikini division, our first competitor is a 2-time Bikini International Champion and has several IFBB Pro wins under her belt. Please welcome, from Quebec, Canada, Laurelie Chapados. Our next competitor won the Bikini Olympia title in 2019. She has 17 IFBB Pro victories to her name. Please welcome, by way of Brazil, Isa Pacini. Our next competitor won back-to-back Olympia titles in 2017 and 2018. She makes a return to the Olympia stage for the first time since 2020. Please welcome, from Brazil, Angelica Teixeira. Our next next competitor is one of the greatest to ever grace the Bikini Olympia stage. The only 3-time Bikini Olympia champion in the division's history. She features a record-shattering 49 IFBB Pro victories. Please welcome, from the United States, Ashley Caldwell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the amazing ladies of the fitness division. Your next competitor was the true breakout star of the 2023 Olympia, placing second at her debut Fitness Olympia. One of the high-flying, electrifying acts you will see this Olympia weekend. Please welcome, from Canada, Taylor Learmont. Your next competitor is the author behind bodybuilding's most inspirational comeback story, less than a year after suffering a devastating injury on stage at the 2023 Fitness Olympia. She is a 2-time Fitness Olympia champion and 2-time Fitness International champion. She is the Apex Predator. Please welcome, from Canada, Missy Truscott. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our amazing ladies from the figure division. Our first competitor is one of the most dominant figure competitors in the division's history, having collected 24 pro wins, including the 2023 Masters Olympia figure title. She has back-to-back runner-up finishes at the 2022 and 2023 Olympia. She comes into this Olympia with one mission: to win the elusive figure Olympia title. Please welcome, from Sidra, Puerto Rico, Jessica Reyes Bonilla. Your next competitor is one of the greatest to ever set foot on an Olympia stage. Winner of 7 straight figure Olympia titles, she also features 2 figure international titles and 2 Rising Phoenix World Championship titles to her illustrious resume. She is the winningest figure Olympia champion. Please welcome, from the United States, Sydney Gallen. And now we meet the incredible ladies of the wellness division. Our first competitor is making her debut Olympia appearance and comes in absolutely red hot with 3 IFBB Pro wins in her rookie campaign at the RVG Classic, the Columbia Pro, and the Arizona Pro. Please welcome, from Brazil, Eduarda Bezerra. Our second competitor is one of the most dangerous second-year pros on the circuit. Having placed 3rd in her debut Olympia last year, she comes into this Olympia off an impressive win at a stacked 2024 Pittsburgh Pro. Please welcome, from the Dominican Republic, Elisa Alcantara. Our next competitor is one of the most decorated wellness competitors on the IFBB Pro circuit, having finished top 2 the last 2 Olympias and 3rd in her first ever Wellness Olympia. She won the Wellness International title in 2022. Please welcome, by way of Brazil, Aissa Pereira Nunes. Our next competitor is the greatest competitor in the wellness division's young history. She is the reigning 3-time champion and, to date, the only champion of the Wellness Olympia. This past March, she added to her illustrious career by winning the 2024 Wellness International title. Please welcome, the undefeated, undisputed Queen of Wellness from Brazil, Franciele Mato. two incredible ladies from the women's physique division. Your next competitor is your 2022 Women's Physique Olympia champion. Has 15 Women's Physique IFBB Pro victories to her name. Please welcome, from the United States by way of Brazil, Natalia Abraham Coelho. Your next competitor is your reigning and now three-time Women's Physique Olympia champion and has given back to the Women's Physique division immensely, including sponsoring the Women's Physique division at the IFBB Texas Pro. A champion on and off the stage. Please welcome, from the United States, Sarah Villegas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our two representatives from the Miss Olympia division. Our first competitor turned the women's bodybuilding world on its ear by winning the 2024 Rising Phoenix World Championship, overcoming four-time Miss Olympia and four-time Rising Phoenix champion Andrea Shaw. She's been knocking on the door the last 2 years with runner-up finishes, and this time she's here for gold. Please welcome, from the United States, Angie Yo! Your next competitor is the most decorated women's bodybuilder since the division was reinstituted in 2020. She is your reigning four-time Miss Olympia champion and four-time Rising Phoenix World champion who has reinvented the standard for women's bodybuilding and is hungry to continue her dynastic run atop the Miss Olympia mountain. Please welcome the undisputed face of the women's bodybuilding division from the United States, Andrea Shaw!
It's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and no nigga ain't got me. Let's go. I'm about to show my fuck these love freak. How the is that your man? If he right here with me, turned up with my
کنفرانس خبری مستر.
All right, there you have it, folks. Our Lady Olympians for 2024. The panel is set, and of course, we're going to start right things off the right way. A Rose Amongst Thorns with the great Linda Murray. Linda.
That's right, ladies first. Thank you, Bob. Ladies, you all look fabulous, and congratulations on being here to celebrate the 60th Olympia.
حتما
course.
ویدیوها رو به اشتراک
My first
بذارین.
question,
ازمون حمایت بکنید.
from 8 times Miss
تا آخرین
Olympia
لحظه اخبار پوشش بدیم
to
براتون.
Andrea Shaw, 4 times Miss Olympia. My question, Andrea, you lost the Rising Phoenix 7 weeks ago to Angela Yo. She is now the 2024 Rising Phoenix champion. I think this year, when we look at the lineup of women bodybuilders that will step on this stage, I'm going to say that it is the best that I've seen in the history of women's bodybuilding. And we owe a lot of that to you, to Angela. I saw Angela coming some time ago. I know what it's like to be in the position, and as we win year after year, there's always that person. For me, it was Laura Crevel. She would bring that condition. So, you know they are coming for
قهرمان
you.
میس المپیای پارسال رو می‌بینید که امسال
She
هم
opened the door.
حضور دارن.
She took home that win, but she has not yet won the Olympia. What will we hear Bob say this Friday? What will you do? What have you done? What will we see different on this Friday where we will hear Bob say, and steal?
The 5-time. Yes. That's
So you want to hear something like, and 5-time Olympia champion,
That's what I would love to hear. I love to hear. So yes, kudos to Angela for definitely bringing that conditioning. She knows that I have nothing but love for her. But, you know, this is definitely a testament of, you know, we love bodybuilding. And I've told her this a lot. So, I mean, you know, we do what is required. Sometimes it calls for very tough decisions. I made the very tough decision to leave my previous coach and stay in Arizona. So I have not been home for 2 months. 2 months. I have been posing with Sid Gillen every single day that I could till she shut her schedule down. And Damian Segovia, I know he's out here somewhere. We have been training. And it was just a matter of you gotta make a move and you gotta do it now. So I have made a huge sacrifice. I have not seen my mom. I have not been home. I have stood firm on my decision to do whatever it takes to make sure that tomorrow you will see that I am much improved over these 7 weeks because I knew exactly what I needed to do. And tomorrow we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna show the world again that we love bodybuilding. We're glad that female bodybuilding is back in its rightful place. Thank you, Jake Wood. And we're gonna have a good time.
Follow-up question. Should you be thanking Angie?
I think so. Because this move was a very uncomfortable move, but one thing every champion on this stage should know, you gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable to make sure that you stand on business.
She made you real uncomfortable at the Rising Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
I heard the call. We all saw the video. You saw the excitement on Angie's face. Angie, question to you. What steps have you made to say that this is not a fluke? I didn't just beat you by chance. I beat you because I was better, and I'm going to be better than you this weekend.
I very much respect how you have spent the last 6-7 weeks. I admire that amount of commitment and discipline and choosing and saying, I'm not going back until this is done. But your 6 and 7 weeks is only 6 and 7 weeks. I put years into this. I put years into this come up. I put my heart and my soul, and only a sister would know what that feels like. So we hold this together. But what I'm going to say is that this is not just that last bit of prep. This is all year. This is years of what we bring.
Can you bring it? Can you bring enough to beat her again?
اگر که میخواین رقابت بانوانو ببینید
I'm better than I was at Rising Phoenix.
کانال یوتیوبمون بشین.
That is actually something I can say that without a doubt I can see in myself, and we are so hard on ourselves at times. So when I see what I saw at Iris Kyle's Powerhouse Gym yesterday, I took a deep breath and I was so proud of myself, so on track, so happy to see what I want women's bodybuilding to look like. How we lead this division, who we are as athletes in this sport that has been so hated, so stepped on, so denied at times. So when we come up with this, we all come up.
One thing's for sure, folks. I say they're both going to be better than the Rising Phoenix. They're both going to bring 100%, and this is going to make for an epic showdown on Friday night. Tarek Elgindy, you've been covering this sport all year long for Olympia TV. Congratulations. You've got that following up. You have not lost followers despite your incessant commands that we will lose followers by speaking our mind, brother. But you know what? I know you got some great questions for our ladies up here today.
Thank you so much. Sarah Villegas, you're the only one that came in and showed your physique. You won 3 times. A few years back, a lot of people talking about a rivalry between you and Natalia Coelho. She won the New York Pro that year. She looked impressive. The legs were better, and she took your title. You came back last year and you took your title back again. Is it a rivalry between you and Natalia, or was that loss just an accident on your path to greatness?
You know, we are all competitors, and you're going to hear that time and time again from just about every athlete that crosses this stage. And I think it's only natural for when you have multiple people who are competing and all striving for the same thing, and there can only be one winner. You can only have, you know, here. So I think it's natural for the competitive nature of us to come out. You know, this is the world stage of bodybuilding. This is the most prestigious title that any bodybuilder can earn. And you know, like you said, I experienced a defeat, and I came back and I reclaimed that title. And for me now, this is a historic weekend for me, not only it being the 60th anniversary of the Olympia weekend, but I'm going for my 4th title, which would tie the record with Juliana Malacarne. Nobody else has acquired as many titles as her. So for me, this is really kind of competing against history, you know, competing to put my name next to hers in the history books.
Well, Sarah, you're the only athlete who decided to come out here today without the bottoms on. Maybe they were just the wrong size, so you couldn't wear them. That top came right off. You couldn't wait to get to this, to show these people what you've been working on this year. Everybody seemed pretty impressed. You're in shape. You're always in shape. The only person I didn't see a big smile out of was Natalia, right next to you.
Yeah, that was a question I was going to ask too, Bob. I was watching Natalia's face. And my question to Natalia would be, over the last, when you won in 22, I believe that year you competed in probably maybe five titles that year in 22. You won that Olympia. Then the next year you won, I believe, the New York Pro, the Pittsburgh Pro, and I believe you did maybe a third event. You did a lot of guest appearances. So there was not a big difference between the two of you when you lost to Sarah. What's the game plan? What did you learn? Because it's not just about you training more or you being in better condition. You're in great shape. You have a beautiful body. What did you learn from that?
Well, I believe bodybuilding is just like, it's an amazing, amazing sport because you learn every single prep. There is not even one prep that was the same. But if there is one thing that I can tell you that I learned, is that sometimes less is more. So I did compete a lot. I did 5 shows in a year. And then the following year, I did another 4 shows prior to the Olympia. And your body can just improve so much when you're competing and peaking so much throughout the whole year. So I listened to a lot of judges' feedback, especially Tyler, Tarek, Tamer, everybody that I spoke to, Big Steve. And they're like, you need to make a decision, you know? You have a big title coming up. It's a big show. It's the biggest competition in the world. This is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. So I made the decision of taking the whole year to prepare for this very special moment and show. And I honestly thought that it was going to be very, very hard because I love the stage. That's where I feel like alive. That's where I feel like my heart beats super quick. This is something that I cannot tell you what it feels like. You have to come here. You have to experience that to know what I'm talking about. But I feel in peace. I feel rested. I feel fresh. I feel ready, you know. And that's what I want to do. I want to go on stage. And all this time away from stage, I was still watching bodybuilding because I love bodybuilding. I was still studying bodybuilding. And now I'm just excited to go on stage even more than previous years because I haven't been on stage for so long. So I just want to step on that stage and show all of you how much I've worked for and how much excited I am to be here representing the IFBB Pro League and the Women's Physique Division.
Natalia,
I want to go back to the original question Bob asked. So Sarah came out, just took the tracksuit off, and she was there. As a competitor, you must have been assessing what was in front of you. When you saw her come out, what did you think? Are you ahead? Do you have her beat? Are you impressed? What do you think?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna show on stage, you know, like what I'm supposed to look like. As all of us athletes here, we know that our body changes every single minute. You can drink 1 ounce of water and your body changes completely. That's what's amazing about bodybuilding. So honestly, it doesn't matter what you look like today, yesterday, last week, a month ago, posing on stage under the lights, natural light, whatever you are. What matters, it comes to stage time, to peaking and looking your very best on stage, not out of stage.
All right, can't wait to see it. John Romano, you've been following this sport for decades, my friend. You're one of the long-standing pioneers in this sport, many, many years in all the publications. So welcome to the Olympia, John. I know you follow the women's stuff exclusively. So what question do you have and for what athlete?
Thanks for such a nice way of telling me how old I am. But appreciate that. My question is for Sydney and Jessica, our figure champions. Looking at all these ladies here in front of you, do you ever think to yourself, oh, maybe I should do bikini, maybe I should do women's physique, maybe I should move around? What makes you stay in figure?
میتونید از طریق وبسایت 66 مارکت هم پیگیری بکنید.
Check.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Well, when I first started competing 18 years ago, there was no other category that existed besides fitness and women's bodybuilding and figure. So I only had one option. I wasn't big enough for women's bodybuilding because I was 14. And the figure came out and I saw the rhinestones and saw the heels and I was like, I can't tumble, but I can do that. I can stand there real good, okay? I can do that. So as it progressed and more categories came out and I joined the NPC, I knew where my home was because that was just how my body naturally is. It's the only home that I can fit where I can be myself completely. And so I've never had a decision to ever change categories. I will never change categories. Figure is my home because it's where I belong, it's where I shine, and it's where I'm able to be my absolute best.
Well, why change when you're a 7-time Olympia champion? You're shooting for 8. There's only a few people around with 8 titles. One is that gentleman right over there, Ronnie Coleman. Of course, the great Lee Haney, 8. You got to be great if you're going to get 8. You got it in you again? What do you say? You said you were going for 10. I know we did this a few times in the middle of the stage at the Olympia. But you've always contended you wanted 10 titles. Is that still your goal?
I never talk about my goals anymore. A lot has changed the older I've gotten. My birthday was a couple weeks ago, so I'm a big age of 32 now. So I just gotten quieter with age, and so I never talk about my goals. So whenever I'm done, everybody will know.
Jessica, other than a well-placed lead pipe to her knee on the way out to the stage. Old reference for those you can look it up on Google. What do you have to do to take out the champ? I mean, listen, she's a 7-time champ. You've obviously won a whole bunch of titles yourself, including the prestigious Masters Olympia title just this past year. So you're right there, but is there any changes you can make, or is it simply a matter of apples and oranges?
Well, I think that what I keep competing, even from the judges' feedback, I have been improving every single time. No matter if I do 5, 6 shows a year, like I love to do, I bring a new package every single time that I step on stage, and that's something that I love to do, to support, my fans and the promoters. I think that it's just keep listening to the feedback from the judges, learning from them. I mean, Sydney, it's been part of it because you need to get motivated by the champ, right? So she has been helping me to become a better champion, a better athlete. Just look every single details in every single prep just to get better, because at the point that we are right now, we all look good on stage, but the details is what make the difference, and that's what I've been working on.
Very nice. DJ, the menace, Dennis James, back in the mix. Right. DJ, I know you're a wellness expert.
Am I?
Are you not?
I thought I was going to leave the wellness to Tarek, because he speaks a little bit Brazilian. I don't. I have a question for Missy, though.
All right, sir.
Missy, first, it is so good to see you back on this stage this year. I mean, to come back from an injury and be back on the very same stage the following year to get that title back is nothing short of amazing. My question to you, because I followed you, I saw all the videos you posted, your rehab and everything. Did you ever doubt yourself that you would be able to come back, or were you just focused on, I'm going to do this and I'm going to come back and I'm going to win my title?
Yeah, so last year at the Olympia, I blew out my ACL on stage and tore my meniscus. I put everything into that prep, and I'm just so blessed to have and to get out of that really dark place. When that injury happened, and I'm sure a lot of people out there have experienced something similar, I had a goal in mind, and that was to get back on the Olympia stage. And what an amazing 60th anniversary Olympia that I can be here and represent the fitness division. So I am just super blessed. I put everything into this rehab process. I'm feeling super confident in my knee, in my abilities, my physique, and I'm very excited to show you guys my fitness routine tomorrow.
So awesome. I have another question for Taylor. Taylor, to me, you came out of nowhere last year, and I think it was your first Olympia last year. You placed second. So, of course, you wanted a favorite going into the show this year. What is it like sitting right next to a two-time fitness Olympian, knowing that you are right there and you might have a chance to maybe even move up a spot? So how do you feel about it?
I definitely feel intimidated. I think Missy's absolutely amazing, and just to be in a same sentence with her and to be at the top for fitness has been something I could have never dreamed of. As a gymnast, I never considered myself a top athlete ever, so to be on the Olympia stage and to be considered one is just a dream in itself. So going into the show, I'm just going to try to have as much fun as possible and just have fun with Missy and the rest of the girls. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure if you have a lot of fun, the audience will enjoy it, because your routine last year was off the charts.
Thank you.
Real quick. So just sitting here looking at you, Taylor, and looking at Missy, I know you're very confident, Taylor, as far as in your presentation and with your gymnastic skills. In the physique round, do you feel, because I'm looking at Missy and her shoulders, and Missy was on her way, she won that, the physique round that morning. You were on your way, I believe, to win. What are you doing in regards to the physique and training to be in alignment? There's a question.
Yeah, so obviously last year I was my first year, and I'm small still, little T fitness for a reason. But we just took the off season really seriously, and I know that with patience and time, my body will eventually get there. But I know from last year to this year, I've made, in my opinion, significant differences, and I'm hoping that shows on stage tomorrow, and I'm excited to show it off. Because Jody and I, my coach, did a lot of work this season, and I'm just excited to perform.
نفر دوم
$20,000
یعنی جوازی که مال پارسال بوده.
You're no stranger to the Olympia stage. I think you had 12 straight with a top 5 finish.
Hall
of Famer.
Yes.
You got a question for one of our ladies, Sean?
Yeah, for great state of Ohio, representing Las Vegas, the winningest athlete in all divisions, Ashley Caldwell, sir. We're talking about titles. You had this title a couple of times, a few times. You've won all over the world. This is the one where Father Time is not on your side like Taylor's. She's got time to do a few things. What is it that you've done differently to get that back? Because you're sitting next to some gladiators. And we had one champion drop out. This is it for you. How many more of these do you think you have? And have you done everything that's necessary to guarantee victory this weekend?
Well, firstly, I'm going to push back a little bit. You're making it sound as if this is my last go. It's not. I always say I'm just getting started, so I don't know what you're talking about over there. But I will say, you know, throughout the years and competing so much, I've learned so many things, and I'm still learning. So with that being said, the difference between this year and last year and the years before was I'm constantly making improvements, and I'm pretty confident in saying that. Every year, I get a little bit better, so I'm really excited to show my improvements that I made on stage this Saturday. And then I'm at 49 wins right now, so if I were to take the title this weekend, it would be 50 at 60. 60th Olympia.
That's impressive. I don't care what division you're in, that's for sure. Ashley, congratulations on a great career. Can't wait to see what you bring on stage. Bikini, for those that don't know, we don't have a returning champ as Jen Dory has taken the year off, so we have a vacated title. So this is up for grabs. Laura Lee Chapados, three-time Arnold Classic champ. Your name keeps getting pushed around all over the place. They're saying this title is yours for the taking. Are you bringing the physique to finally take your first Olympia title?
The ultimate question. I'm so blessed and so thankful to be here. I want to thank everybody who is here and supporting the sport, because at the end of the day, that's why we're able to present that onto the stage. So I'm very thankful to be here. There's 48 more hours, and the battle is on Saturday. But I'm very confident. We've been focused, and we're going to keep the focus for the next 2 days until it's time for showtime, for grab time.
How does it feel in your heart, inside? Do you feel like this is it? I mean, everybody brings their best. Everybody wants to be in the winner's circle, of course. And you've got a hell of a lineup here. You've got an Olympia champion. You've got a multi-Olympia champion. You've got a three-time Olympia champion. So this is one of the most competitive divisions that we have in this game here this weekend. In your heart of hearts, do you think this is it?
I think I've never been more prepared. And it's going to show on Saturday in every aspect. The hair, the makeup, the suit, the package, the posing, everything has been thought through and through, and the focus has been so clear. So every single one of them are so incredible, and I've been so thankful to share the stage, you know, for a very long time, and I have great friendships here, so it's an honor. But I'm hungry. I've always been hungry, but now I'm hungry and prepared, so I think that's the secret sauce.
Very nice. Tarek El-Guindi, you cover every division that we have to offer all year long. What do you see out of the bikini division? Is there a successor to the open title, or is it just wide open?
Well, you know, Ashley has won the Olympia, Angelica has won the Olympia, Isa has won the Olympia, and many people speculate after her performance this year in Ohio that Laura Lee could potentially be the favorite. But my question is to Angelica Teixeira. Angelica, you've been a great representative for the Olympia, for the NPC, for the Pro League. Many people call you possibly the greatest representative in the female categories. And we're all happy that you're here. You're bringing again all your fans. But are you here to win and teach these girls a lesson and say, I am the queen, or are you here just to have fun?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here, making history with us at the 60th anniversary. It's such an honor to be back, my comeback after 2 babies. So this is super special. I'm making history myself being here. And to answer your question, I think every competitor should prepare to win. So this whole prep, my focus was to be on stage, showing my best, and to come. I'll never step on a stage, even more on the Olympia stage, the best of the best, just to compete or just to get a goal to be back on stage. I'm here to win. I respect all the competitors, all 49 I think we have now, right, or 48, sadly. But all of these girls gonna bring their best, and I know they all want to win, but I'm not different. I'm here to win. I'm here to get the title back and to prove that a mom of two can do it. And that's what I'm gonna show. I have made amazing improvements with Coach Jamie DeBernard with Fit Body Fusion, and we're excited to show this on stage Saturday.
Angelica, have you found that your physique has changed since having started a family? Are there different challenges now? And have you noticed any changes in your body, your prep, different things you've had to address since having kids?
If I had like some changes in my body after pregnancy, is that what you asked?
No, like physically, like do you notice anything different now that you've had a family from before when you did not have a family?
Oh yes, yes. So doing this prep with having two babies, you know, to take care of at home, it was different. Of course, I did compete at the Arnold earlier this year, but it was a different prep because I started the prep very light on my weight. It's funny because I thought if one day I would come back, my first prep would be super hard. But the prep for the Arnold was easier because I had to put on muscle again. So I had to eat more. I had to hold my physique. So I kept my calories very high the whole prep. So that was easier with babies. But for this one, we really wanted to bring the density and the conditioning so we could like feel out well and show the conditioning on stage. So the calories at a point was low, and to spend time with babies and take care of them in the house and husband and dog, and you all know, you know, when you are a woman, it's so much you gotta do with the babies. And I was like, oof, this is different. This is another level. I thought I was tired in other preps, but for this one, I was like, okay, this is proving that I really love what I do, and nothing will stop me. So it was tough, but I made it.
Angelica, congratulations. Wait to see you on stage. Isa Pacini, you've won an Olympia title just a few years ago, and you've struggled ever since to get back into the winner's circle. Has the competition changed, or is it your physique that's changed?
And this year was really hard because I was doing my prep to Arnold, and 2 weeks before I need to stop my prep to do a surgery. And after that, I got more motivated to my next competition and to work more and to show my best on stage. So I really want to get my title again. I respect every athlete here, and I know everyone is doing her best. But I'm really happy to be here again and work for this. And I'm really happy for what I'm bringing on stage Saturday. So let's see what happens.
All right, we will see what happens. Linda Murray.
Yes.
Wellness continues to be the fastest growing division that we have in the NPC and at the pro level, and especially at the pro level.
Yes, actually talking about children and being a mother, that's my very first question and thought of our 3 times wellness Ms. Olympia champion, Franciele. Franciele, congratulations, you're going into your 4th attempt.
Yeah.
And you're a mother of 2. A mother of 2. How do you balance being a mother? Angelica just spoke to that. And I know you have your daughter, I believe she's a young adult.
For me, it's incredible because my daughter stays with me all the time at the gym. In my day, this is fantastic because I have my friend. My daughter is my friend, and have my kids with me, living this dream with me, and this is fantastic because this sport is not easy. You need to stay all the time working, diet, cardio, and go to the gym. And when you have your family together, it's fantastic because I love this sport, and have my family with me. Change a lot, make a difference.
Well, I'm sure your daughter's very proud of you. You have, 1.2 million followers, if not more. So, and how old is your daughter?
My daughter?
How old is she? Her age?
15.
She's
15 now.
15.
Yes,
So
next month.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive to have a mother with a beautiful body.
Yeah.
To have the number of followers.
I don't know. Maybe bikini in the future. I would like, but I don't know.
So you would like for her to do bikini in the future?
Yeah. Yes, bikini, because wellness so difficult. I believe I need to train a lot. Giovanna like more a bikini and identify with a bikini. And I'm here. If mom, I would like a compete. I'm the first for give support for her.
Yes, I would definitely say the wellness division. Women, you have impressive quads and hamstrings and glutes. Women bodybuilders would die to have your quads. So I understand what you're saying in regards to it's very challenging.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, we have rivalries in every single division. For every Sarah and Natalia, we have a Franciella and an Isabel. And you guys have been battling ever since this division took place on the Olympia stage. Isabel, what do you have to do to get past Franciella on that Olympia stage? You got a lot of second place finishes, but she is in your way.
Yeah, the last year was close, just 1 point. This year, I've been working hard to improve my body. I'm very confident because I put more glutes, I improve my waist, I changed my routine, so I feel ready for the fight with Franciella.
I don't know, Franciella doesn't seem like there's that's going to happen.
No, this year, no. I worked a lot and improved. I have the balance. My physique is for the wellness category. You need to wait more time.
No, Franciella, you are the past. I'm the moment. I'm the present. This moment is me.
You are the future. I am the present. When I stop it, you can win.
See you tomorrow.
So, Isa, I have a question for you. Because last year, she said, I won by 1 point, and I'm going to go and teach her a lesson. She went to Arnold and beat you there. Do you feel disrespected that she feels like it's not even close?
No, I was happy, but I'm working to win. I did my best to win, so I have a lot of respect for Franciella, but this is my moment. I feel ready.
And Bob, I want to compliment with that. We have Eduarda Bezerra, who won 6 shows in a row. Incredible competitor from Brazil. Elisa Alcantara, she's the only one who's not from Brazil, Dominican Republic. And I have a question for both of them. Elisa Alcantara, a great result last year, 3rd place. Where do you see yourself this year? Un resultado muy bueno, año pasado, 3ª colocada. ¿Dónde piensas que vas a terminar este año?
El año pasado está superado. Mi físico de este año está mejorado al 100% y creo que este es mi momento, Isa. Voy por ti. Voy por ti. Sí, claro que sí. Pienso subir de lugar. Creo que top 3, no, top 2.
Vai subir para Francia?
Yeah.
I'm the top 3 right now, but this is my time today. So I'm the present, so I'm going for Franciella for the 1st place.
And Eduarda Bezerra, I'll ask in English and translate real quick. You've won 6 shows in a row. You went to the Rising Phoenix, incredible performance. You went to Harda, Texas, won a show. A lot of people impressed with you. Some of these girls, they think they're 1st, 2nd. This is your Olympia debut. Where do you think you're gonna end up? Você teve 6 grandes vitórias, foi muito bem no Rising Phoenix. Essas atletas estão falando que elas vão terminar em 1ª e 2ª. Onde você vê terminando a sua colocação?
Eu venho trabalhando há 11 meses para esse campeonato, né, me dedicando todos os dias. Estou muito feliz de estar aqui com essas grandes atletas, né, participando desse grande evento que é o sonho de todos os atletas, representando todo o Brasil e a Integral Médica aqui. Eu venho trazendo um físico único, nunca apresentado em nenhum outro show. Tenho trabalhado duro e tenho certeza que vou estar ali entre top 3.
All right, Eduarda is saying she's been working very hard and she thinks that she's going to end up in the top 3. So one of you apparently is losing to Eduarda tomorrow.
Well, listen, she's 6-0, and let's face it, all the wellness girls work hard, Tarek, you know that. Nobody's half-assing it when it comes to wellness. Let's just face it. Anybody? Come on now. You got to be quick with this stuff, Linda. Franciella, you worried about Eduarda? She's undefeated. She has not been beaten on an IFBB Pro stage yet. Is the bigger threat from Isabel or Eduarda?
For the second, I don't know.
For second place.
Doesn't matter. For me, the first is important. But Eduarda is the future too. But I am the present. Sorry.
You got to admire. I think we can get a pose down going right here. What do you think, folks? Huh? I know Sarah's chomping at the bit for a pose down. Oh, we got music. I know Freddie's in the back. Questions from the panel.
Well, I actually have a long and hard about this question, Sid. I've won 8, but not 8 consecutive. I won 6 consecutive. So, you've been on the Olympia stage 11 times. 2014, you placed 9th. In 2015, you placed 8th. In 2016, you placed 3rd. And in 2017 began your reign. And you won your 1st, and then your 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th, and 5th, and 6th, and 7th. There are only 2 champions, as Bob said, that's done this. Lee Haney won 8 consecutive. Ronnie Coleman won 8 consecutive.
Yeah, buddy!
What is your driving force? And here's the question. The thought of losing or the desire to win?
The desire to win.
The desire
to beat myself every single day and show up and do the hard things and continue to show that I've already done the hard things. I've done it repeatedly. I enjoy hard things now. And when you start to enjoy the hard things and you start to enjoy the chaos and you start to enjoy what it takes to be a reigning champion for almost a decade, there's nothing that can really stop you except yourself. And so I can't be my end. I have to keep pushing and make sure that I show up and be better than I was last year. And every year I continue to compete. And that's what I will do tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
All right, I've got time for just one more question. Who on the panel wants it? Fuad, Sugar Sean, Fuad.
I just want to say thank you to Andrea and Angela because you guys brought back bodybuilding in a big way. It was actually really cool to see you guys competing against each other. Amazing physiques. But I do have a question for Andrea. So you spent 7 weeks, and you said you've made the change to overtake her again. I want to know, in your opinion, why you lost in the first place.
Well, there were a couple factors that definitely played a role in that. Number one, it's very interesting the life you get plunged into as a champion, as an Olympian. There are a lot of requests, and sometimes you need to be real about when no is necessary. So you can't say yes to everything. So sometimes overcommitting can be one of the biggest things that can cripple a competitor. I definitely have understood that now. The second thing is relying maybe a little too much on other people to show up when I should have been showing up more for myself. That's definitely been a huge thing with how I approach these last 7 weeks, because, I mean, a lot of people who do know my history, I've been competing since 2008. So I'm not a stranger to competing. But somewhere along the way, right, with accepting so many commitments and some things, you know, because you want to try to do your best. I want to represent my sponsors well, represent myself well. But when it's time to be in prep, you can't do everything. You have to dial it back. And I think that for a slight second, I kind of eased off that gas and demanded a little less of myself and kind of placed some of that on my former coach. But then, you know, having to look back at why I lost the Rising Phoenix, you know, things I could have done differently would have been showing up a little bit more for myself, regardless of what I was instructed to do and who didn't show up. So that was where I came in a little softer in the hamstring and the glutes. My new coach definitely understood that that was absolutely what we needed to tackle. So again, I think that over this reflection, okay, I've been competing since 2008. What are you going to do to make sure you step it up and make sure that from now moving forward, because I told my mother, these habits that I've developed over these last 7 weeks, or this routine, because that was a big thing too, being more consistent with a specific routine, very specific. I said, I'm not going to leave these in Arizona. I'm going to take these with me, and now they're going to be a part of my repertoire of how I get things done. So yeah, that's the biggest thing for me at this point. And obviously I've got my Miss Sid over here to help push me along the way. She was a huge help, because staying in Arizona, watching her push, it gave me some extra push as well, knowing that, you know, she's got my back.
Can I follow up on that real quick? So would you say at the show, it was a conditioning factor? It wasn't shape or muscularity?
Not at all.
So you can correct that 7 weeks. We all know that, right?
100%. 100%.
What do you think of it? Angela, do you think the condition is going to be the difference?
Big difference.
Angela? Do you think the condition is the difference?
Do you
think her conditioning is going to make the difference in this battle between you two?
Last year, the compliments that I heard about Andrea were over the top. Everybody said that that was the Andrea that they wanted to see. Just a little bit more shredded, just the incredible beauty that she carried at last year's Olympia was, I mean, everybody was just floored by it. So I am sure that time was used wisely and put a very fine point on this.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, girls.
کنفرانس خبری مستر اولمپیا.
Angela, after what you just heard Andrea saying, does that mean you don't stand a chance? She got her stuff together now. Does that mean you can't beat her no more? What do you feel?
If I heard the question right, when I cut for Rising Phoenix, I was good. Like I loved how I came to Rising Phoenix, so I didn't have to cut anymore for the Olympia, which means I was able to back off on my cardio. I was able to lift a little heavier, add some more food back in. So my body has responded very well, and it actually makes me feel amazing, because back in 2020, when I won nationals, won my pro card, it was the same path that I was able to take now. I got to reverse into the show. It was the best look I'd had to that date.
Okay, I think you got me wrong. What I'm saying is, you beat Andrea 7 weeks ago. Ford just asked Andrea the question, what was the reason you lost? She basically explained why she lost, and then she fixed the problems. Does that mean you can't beat her no more now?
That is absolutely not true.
That's what I want to know.
Serious momentum here, you know, so the two of us together on stage is going to be something absolutely.
Yeah, but you guys won't be hugging. You guys going to be competing against each other.
Absolutely.
So let's put the hugging to the side for a second. Just tell me one thing. Can you beat Andrea and Miss Olympia?
I have.
There you go.
I have. I'm the best in the world. I won that world championship. I won that. I'm the best in the world. Now, I'm not yet Miss Olympia. Those are two completely different titles. But I'm letting everybody know.
All right, well, ladies, we're going to see this play out on the main stage. Folks, we're going to let these ladies get back to their preps. They got an important weekend coming up. You will see all these champions right here in this hall tonight for the Meet the Olympians, folks. And I'll put a big hand for your 2024 Lady Olympians. Pizza and beer.
Yo, to all the ladies in the dance. Each and every princess. I lose all control and I see you standing there in front of me. Your style, your clothes, your hair, your fair woman, you look so sexy that you twist and turn your waist. Leaves me wanting, leaves me yearning, leaves me feeling for a taste. Before the end of the night, I wanna hold you so tight, so tight. You know I want you so much.
In the meantime, we've got a very special announcement from our good friends at the U.S. Air Force.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no.
Here in the USA every day. All right, what do I do with this award now? All right, Sid, I believe